saying that says a problem shared is like a problem halved. And so try not to keep it all in and reach out and look for safe people who can, at the very least, just come alongside you and just sit with you. I think that's really important. People who can just sit with you and hold the space for you. I know that's a saying that you have that I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Sit and hold the space. Don't colonize it. Give our bros some space to do what they need to do, right?
Yeah, but that's.
Kia ora koutou katoa, no mai hoki mai. Welcome to E Tu Tāne, the very first episode where we look at how to support our men that have been sexually abused and wanting to find a way forward. Ko Alexander aho, my name's Alexander. I'm going to be your kaiako for this particular video. I'm here with my friend Chris. Chris, if you just want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, called Chris Tokuingawa, and I'm very privileged to be here having this kōrero with Alexander around a really important topic, and I hope there's some takeouts for you guys as you listen through and hear our conversation.
Aye.
One of the key things is actually when we're trying to find a way forward is finding safe people in order safe people to be able to talk to this about. I think that's a really key and an important step early on. And
what does that look like?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's about actually finding the courage within yourself to be able to talk about it. And so I think the conversation starts internally with yourself, trying to process, but we can only do so much on our own. And so I think it's important to actually, within your community, within your circle, find some people who over time have earned trust in the way that they've interacted with you and in the way that you've observed them and their behaviour, and that they could be a safe person who would be able to come alongside you.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that is one thing that I encourage.
Finding that person.
Or people. You know, I think it's a journey you do with several different people, and trying to come alongside you and encourage you and point you to the right direction for the right help.
Well, in many ways, I've always kind of seen it like, you know, how this video has been done for Māori Language Week. How do you find the language to take a step forward and let other people know that you have been hurt or abused, or whatever language our bros, use?
Yeah, and I think you've pointed out something there that's really important, is finding the language to be able to articulate and express yourself. Because unfortunately, I think having a good emotional vocabulary is not something that is maybe too highly valued within some of our culture and our custom and being, Kiwis, but even more so as being Pacific Islanders, we are not maybe taught to express ourselves in a way that will give us a vocabulary to help create that conversation.
Aye.
So finding a language to be able to express yourself is really important.
Yes.
And finding a way forward, I think.
Well, I know in Māori language you can do owe. Owe is such a beautiful sound to kind of articulate what's happening inside, you know?
Owe,
Owe or hoha. Hoha is another one.
Yeah.
I think the beauty of having different languages to try to find language to come forward around sexual abuse could be quite helpful.
Yeah.
I know that lots of guys that I've talked to often state something like that they want to talk about something, but it's really shit.
Yeah.
That, it's a really kind of base stuff. There isn't any, just I've been traumatized or I've been angry or sad. It's very much, this is something that's shitty that's happened to me.
Yeah.
But I guess what you're saying is, how do we go beyond talking about it from a kind of, from that space of, feeling hoha and actually articulating what's happening with us?
Yeah. And I think it's back to the trusted people. If you can find people who can listen well and get beyond the veneer of, I'm feeling shit or whatever, and they can say, I hear you're really struggling, that's because actually that might be what they're really trying to say.
Yes.
So I think that's one of the attributes of a trusted person, is that they can get beyond maybe some of the language that you don't have or are struggling with, and actually reflect back to you, or actually maybe ask you and summarize, is this what you mean? And then with that, they can actually maybe point you in the right direction or or just listen first and foremost. Yeah.